What's up, people? I'll tell you now, you couldn't have found a better place to be than right here, right now. And this is especially to my Israelites, the black people, African Americans, descendants of the transatlantic slave trade, Bantus of Africa. Let me tell you, we are all the children of God, the true children of Israel. Let me read something to you. And then we'll get into in the purpose of this video. Stephen Jacobs. This book is called The Hebrew Heritage of Black Africa, and it's written by Stephen Jacobs, a European Jew. And it says, now read it. It says, fully documented. Jacobs, a European Jew and historian, confirms the presence of black Hebrews, Israelites, Jews. Did you hear that? He confirms the presence of black Hebrews, Israelites, and Jews throughout the length and breadth of the motherland, Africa, centuries ago and now. So it's telling you the Israelites or the black Jews, the black Hebrews, have been throughout the length and breadth of Africa. That's who's and let me tell you something. Let's read the back. It says a black history book, the Hebrew heritage of black Africa. The Hebrews Israelites of biblical times, who and where are their descendants today? Now listen now. Stephen S. Jacobs, a European Jew and historian, tells it like it was in this documentary, which proves conclusively that most people of the African descent living in America and other parts of the Western Hemisphere as a result of the African slave trade are offspring of the ancient Israelites. That's right, people. You are the Israelites. You're the children of God. We are the children of God, okay? So, keeping this in mind, and everybody's welcome, all races, nationalities, but I want to understand my Israelites to understand. So now that we cover that, let's go into why this is important. In Ezekiel chapter 36, let's start, and this is the Legacy Standard Bible. It had Yahweh's name in there where it's supposed to be. Okay, let's start at verse 16. This is what happened to us. This is us. When you read this Bible about the Israelites, black people, it's us. It's you. Yahweh's name profaned among the nations. Verse 16. The word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Son of man, when the house of Israel was living in their own land, they defiled it by their ways and their deeds. Their way before me was like the uncleanness of a black woman in her impurity. Therefore I poured out my wrath on them for the blood which they had shed on the land, because they had defiled it with their idols. Also, I scattered them among the nations. That's what happened many times, but this last slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, is part of that. It's part of that prophecy. Now listen. So I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the lands. According to their ways and their deeds, I judged them. Then they came to the nations to which they came, and they profaned my holy name, because it was said of them, These are the people of Yahweh, yet they have come out of his land. But I had concern for my holy name, says Yahweh, but which the house of Israel have profaned among the nations where they went. So the Israelites, our people, knowingly and unknowingly, have, you know, profaned Yahweh's name by the way we act, and people laugh at us. People know that we're the Israelites, and the ones who know, they laugh and they do things deliberately to try to hinder us, to try to keep us down and to keep us from knowing. And so let me continue. Um, verse 22. Therefore, say to the house of Israel, Thus says Lord Yahweh, It is not for your sake, O house of Israel, that I am about to act, but for my holy name, which you have profaned among the nations to which you have come. I will prove the holiness of my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, which you profaned among their midst. Then the nations will know that I am Yahweh, declares the Lord, when I prove myself holy in their sight. Now listen to what Yahweh is going to do. Now this is good. This is end times prophecy. And I will take you from the nations, gather you from all the lands, and bring you into your own land. Now think about it. In the transatlantic slave trade, in the places we've been sent, our people have been sent all over the world, to South America, to Central America, to North America, to Asia, to Europe, to UK. Even the ones Israelites in Africa are in exile because they're not in their land. Now listen, there's many, many hundreds of millions of us. Okay, this is what it's talking about. So, so that's what he's saying. I will gather you from the nations, gather you from all the lands, and bring you into your own land. Now, let's continue in chapter 36, verse 25. Then I will sprinkle clean water on you, and you will be clean. I will cleanse you from all your uncleanness and from your idols. And be careful with that, because idols can be like false gods. Uh, and, you know, Jesus is one. Allah is one. Buddha, any other god is that is other than Yahweh is an idol, and it brings on curses, and is detestable to him. And so let's go on. Now here is what Yahweh promises. Moreover, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit within you, and I will remove the heart of stone from your flesh and give you a heart of flesh. I will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you will be careful to do my judgments. Now, listen right there. Yahweh says he's going to put his spirit into us this time, and he's going to cause us. This time, we're not going to go astray from his ways anymore, because he's going to cause us to walk in his statutes, and we will be careful to do his judgments. He's going to put him in here. That's what the new heart and the new spirit is. That's what the new covenant is. We'll get to that. So now, verse 28. And you will inhabit the land that I gave to your fathers. So you will be my people, and I will be your God. Moreover, I will save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the grain and multiply it. Nobody will be hungry anymore. We'll have plenty of food, and I will not bring famine on you. Praise Yahweh. I will multiply the fruit of the tree and the produce of the field, so that you will not receive again the reproach of famine among the nations. Hallelujah. Then you will remember your evil ways and your deeds that were not good, and you will loathe yourselves to your own faces for your iniquities and abominations. So we're going to realize Yahweh is going to awaken our people, and he's going to put it into us, and we're going to realize what our people have done. We're going to be sorrowful for our ancestors disobeying them, because that's what got us into slavery. That's why we were seeing a lot of us have been wondering, why do all these things keep happening to us? Why do people hate us so much more than everybody else? Why do people try so hard to destroy? What is it? Why is it about? Why does it seem like we're cursed? Because we are. Because Yahweh warned us what would happen if we disobeyed him. And if we did, that these things would come upon us, including slavery. And that's what happened many times. But this was the biggest slavery. And it's the longest lasting. But this is also the last slavery that we've been in oppression. And after this, there'll be no more. So let's keep going. Now, I am not doing this for your sake, says Yahweh, declares Lord Yahweh. Let it be known to you. Be ashamed and feel dishonor for your ways, O house of Israel. Colored folks have been hard headed. Think about it. The Israelites are black folks. Think about it now. Let's be honest. Black people who knows and people who's just waking up realizing it. But Yahweh loves us. He chose us out of all the people in the nation to be his chosen people. Yahweh could have chosen anybody, but he chose us. And if there was something wrong with being black, something wrong with having bigger lips, a bigger nose, and nappy hair, and brown dark skin, if and the way that black people are built and women are shaped, if there was something wrong with it, then how come Yahweh chose us out of all the people of the earth? Evidently, he finds favor in black people. I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just saying, in the world where we've been many times told that we, you know, are not desirable. That many times we were told we're ugly. And so and then look, the lips, people going running around plumping their lips up, people getting BBLs and stuff, and people going around taking getting suntans and putting on cream to get darker. Come on now. Evidently there's something good. Think about it. People are looking at trying to look like your natural features, like us. Anyway, let me keep going. I kind of got away from my. So, um, thus says, verse 33, thus says Lord Yahweh, on the day that I cleanse you from all your iniquities, I will cause the cities to be inhabited and the waste places to be rebuilt. The desolate land will be cultivated instead of being a desolation in the sight of everyone who passes by. And they will say, the desolate land has become like the Garden of Eden. And did you hear that? The land, the Israel, when we get back, will be like the Garden of Eden. That's going to be beautiful. Imagine. I can't. Can we even imagine? And the waste, desolate and ruined cities are fortified and inhabited. Then the nations that remain all around you will know that I, Yahweh, have rebuilt the ruined places, and I have implanted that which was desolate. I, Yahweh, have spoken and will do it. And so, thus says the Lord Yahweh, this also I will let the house of Israel inquire of me to do for them. I will increase their men like a flock. Let the flock like the flock for holy offerings, like the flock at Jerusalem during her appointed times. So will the waste cities be filled with flocks of men. Then they will know that I am Yahweh. Praise Yahweh. Look at the blessings we have to look forward to. Don't give up, people. Don't get tired. Okay, now let's go now to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 21. And speak to them, thus says Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the sons of Israel from among the nations where they have gone, and I will gather them from every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land, on the mountains of Israel. And one king will be king for them all. They will no longer be two nations, and no longer be divided into two kingdoms. They will also no longer defile themselves with their idols, or with their detestable things, or with any of their transgressions. But listen to what Yahweh is going to do for us. But I will save them from all their places of habitation in which they have sinned, and I will cleanse them, and they will be my people, and I will be your God. Yahweh cuts a covenant. Verse 24. And my servant David will be king over them, and they will have one shepherd, and they will walk in my judgments and keep my statutes and do them. They will inhabit the land that I gave to Jacob my servant, which your fathers inhabited, and they will inhabit it, they and their sons forever, and my David my servant will be their prince forever. And I will cut a covenant of peace with them. It will be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will give them the land and multiply them and set my sanctuary in their midst forever. My dwelling place will also be with them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. And the nations will know that I am Yahweh who sanctifies Israel when my sanctuary is in their midst forever. Look at the blessings that we have, the new covenant of peace with Yahweh. We have a lot to look forward to, people, Israelites. Peace and blessings to you.